TIFU when I taught my Japanese students about Santa Claus. I apologize for formatting. I'm on mobile. TLDR at the bottom. TIFU by teaching my Japanese students about Santa Claus. I, 28F, am a teacher at a preschool. My class is ages 56. In Japan, we are encouraged to teach the kids about as many cultures as we have knowledge on, including my own, which is American. We had a Christmas event at the school and I have been hyping them up all week with stories of Santa, his reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, etc. Here is where I may have messed up. They have been misbehaving a bit in class. So I told them about how if you are not nice, Santa will give you coal in your stocking. I explained what coal was and we talked about all the ways we can be nice to our friends to avoid it. I also explained you'd still get presents. It would just be in your stocking because I didn't want them to be scared of Santa. Well, a few of them took some creative liberties with this idea and have decided that they would roleplay jail, something they've been really into recently for some reason, with a good Santa and a bad Santa. The part where I really messed up is because I explained that coal is a black rock. So they now call the bad Santa Black Santa. To them it's similar to when there's a clone of the good guy in an anime that they turn the color black and it's now shadow nemesis of that character. So I know it's innocent, but I can't get them to stop saying Black Santa is bad. I have a student in my class whose family is from India, and that's basically their only exposure to someone of such a drastically different skin tone to theirs. But she herself, as well as me, refer to her as brown, not black. So they haven't ever had exposure to a human being referred to as black much. As a side note, she does not face any bullying. I instilled acceptance and respect of all kinds very early on in the year because I also have a student with a pacemaker. The kids all love her because she's super kind, and they all think she's awesome because of how good she is at English. I spent days trying to explain that black as a color does not mean bad, and that there is no bad Santa. However, they just love the idea of a black Santa that is a bad guy. I'm hoping that they will forget when they come back from break. So yeah, TIFU by teaching my Japanese students about Santa Claus. TDLR. I taught my students about how Santa gives naughty children coal. And now all my kids refer to the bad Santa who gives coal as Black Santa. Tell them, bad Santa is called Krampus. https://en.wikipedia.org/wiki/Krampus. The Japanese revolutionizing Santa. I love it. I've taught in Japan. You probably didn't introduce Black Santa to them. I've heard the concept before. A ton at various schools I've taught in. So it's something I think was around before. When I had the kids talk to me about Black Santa like other commenters mentioned, I talked about Krampus. I'm reminded that Nintendo had to rename an evil doppelganger character in Kid Icarus from Black Pit to Dark Pit when they brought the game overseas for obvious reasons. I'm pretty sure you didn't foo and that your fear is very American. I'm European, and while racism does exist here, we don't have this nonsense you have with the black world. Like, in my brain it's just a color. It's only at the end of the post when you talked about your Indian student that I understood you were fearing that they could refer, or could be interpreted to refer, to black skin. Before that, in my brain, probably like your students' brains, I was imagining a Santa with black clothes. I know there is also a lot of racism in Japan, but I doubt they have the same taboo as Americans on the black word. It's just not a societal subject in the rest of the world. Not the absence of racism, but all this cultural thing around this word. So most of the time, Black something can be used as antagonistic to something without ever intending that black skin is antagonistic to white skin. I hope you understood what I meant. Black Santa is just a thing in Japan already. I just did my lesson on Santa and they all started to chant, Black Santa, when we got to the naughty and nice list. Then I told them about Krampus and they were big fans. There was a bad Santa in an episode of a very old Japanese TV series, and was called Santa Kuro Santa Black. You gotta go all the way now. Let them watch the 2023 movie, Black Santa, that'll rock their world. I'm having a bit of a rough day today, and let me tell you that nothing is pulling my mood up more than the idea of Santa having a shadow nemesis. You didn't screw up, unless they realize they can use the coal to put on black face. Just a thought. Not all kids get presents for Christmas in Japan. I have read countless journals from sad kids about how they wish they could be good enough for Santa to give them a gift. I think there is a way you can spin it to share the American side of things without making kids go through a crisis if they don't receive a gift thinking they are bad. That being said, they probably will remember, as the kids tend to strongly recall the most random bits of other cultures. Make bad Santa a robot. Tell them, okay, I didn't want to tell you, but there is a bad Santa, but he's a robot. Telling you. They will love the twist. Just don't teach them about Black Peter and you're fine. Why does that remind me so much of this clip? Hey, former ALT here. You didn't really F you. There's a lot of racism and xenophobia baked into their highly homogeneous culture. Unfortunately, this isn't the first or last time that poor Indian girl is going to be singled out and treated less favorably.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.